Three budgets, one future for our schools. There are three versions of the CPS budget right now, but only one protects our students. Budget 1 was Pedro Martinez's plan from the spring. It hid the ball on the district's real budget needs, refused to pay pensions for school clerks and TAs, cut hot lunches for our students. Even as families lose SNAP benefits and shortchange crossing guards and safe passage workers across our schools. Even worse, it relied on further cuts to schools, furloughs, and left the door wide open for steep mid-year cuts to close the gap. Budget 2 is the version CPS presented 2 weeks ago. It looks like an improvement. It doesn't rely on furloughs and further cuts to instructional staff, but it still refuses to pay pensions for school clerks and TAs, still cuts hot lunches for students, and still shortchanges crossing guards and safe passage workers. But here's a catch. It assumes money is coming in from TIF surplus and the city. That hasn't been approved yet. If that money doesn't show up, furloughs and mid-year cuts will hit fast. Even worse, this version locks the board out of borrowing. No flexibility, no cushion, no backup plan. This isn't a safety net, it's a trap. This is a budget that says, if we go broke, we've already cut up the credit card. Let's be clear, this is still Pedro's foundation, but even with improvements under Dr. Macklin King and new board leadership, this budget still assumes scarcity instead of fighting for the resources our students deserve. Budget 3 is a different path, one supported by 11 board members. It's built for reality. Trump's attacks on education, Springfield's refusal to pay its $2 billion tab, and a school system already on the brink. This plan gives CPS the authority to take out a loan if needed. Why does that matter? Because just like your family, schools need a backup plan. You wouldn't empty your savings and hope your next paycheck arrives. You'd want the option to cover groceries or rent, even if it's a short-term loan. That's all this plan does. It provides options to avoid furloughs, to prevent layoffs, to protect students mid-year when the bills come due. We're organizing for every dollar of TIF surplus, and we're calling on Governor Pritzker and the Democratic supermajority to fully fund our schools, finally. Because austerity isn't inevitable, but it becomes reality if we tie our own hands. Tell CPS, City Hall, and Governor Pritzker and the Democratic supermajority, use every tool, protect every school, no more mid-year cuts.